This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Awal Mohammed.
Sergio.
Yenye Black Stars in film. Na okay. Yensa same free other stories. Black Stars.
Yes.
Ni na bom ewurem preko. Yeah.
Sergio, we say World Cup ne ba be baso. Na I think say interestingly, ye hwe ye de no, ne ye ni esa to yen opponent a ye be hia mo e wo the group stage no. Said ye omo so omo ye omo ne ma sen na omo games e ko ana se ne sifa. Sergio, interestingly.
But me question we into Emma and Obia. Good morning, Joe. Is Babara Man the best left full back in Ghana? Can your panel help me with answers? We every year. All right. President, there would any question we have review. Okay. Chairman, Amufa Jantua. We will be a chair of Rekum Chelsea. Chairman, President. Edasi enso nakopon koso anu nchira na omwa ontre washim so ema. Is Babara Man the best left full back we have in the country? President, question no. Awal.
So Sergio, interestingly and surprisingly, Iran share Uruguay 1-0. And Sergio, was Obia has scoreline na niyembe shine kakra. Hey, Iran betimi share Uruguay by 1-0. Now Iran crowd players be no more. But Sergio, interestingly, Enwa we set up now Coach Diego Alonso edi coach game no. Sergio, virtually
I know that you know Kessben TV.
Yes.
Iran versus Uruguay.
Yes.
1-0
against Uruguay.
Iran. You go.
Sergio Rochette and a chassis in goal post. Na Fernando Muslera, omugo keeper na Odama mo e wo the 2010 yenu mu share not a bench. Damian Suarez from Getafe. And Osanya, the likes of Matias Oliveira from Napoli, Nicolas Araujo, Ronald Araujo, and Martin Cáceres, former Barcelona, former Juventus guy. They were the guys, no more partner, or the backline. Sergio, no enough Federico Valverde of Real Madrid, Matias Vecino, formerly of Inter Milan, as see over Lazio, and then Rodrigo Bentancur, formerly of Juve, as see or Tottenham. No more money the midfield three. No. Facundo Pelestri, one of Man United young guys from Mandolino, together with this guy for Liverpool, new guy, Darwin Nunez and Luis Suarez. Sergio, these guys in the share Uruguay.
Wow.
Sergio, virtually majority of the key players now who expect Emma Uruguay no Ubiawum. And Sergio, interestingly, Iran eshomo 1-0. But Sergio, Iran no say ebia oshoma what you be say ebia omo shede nidi. But Sergio, they have some quality players. Alireza Jahanbakhsh, no Brighton and Hove. After 2018 World Cup, no bar Brighton. So for now, he moved to Feyenoord. Sardar Azmoun, Osinakai, Emma Bayer Leverkusen, and I'll go to Mehdi Taremi, FC Porto striker, and I share that only go in that game.
Okay.
So Sergio, Echira say, Yensu say, ye ni eshe de Uruguay mupa because a third game ni mo have scores to settle. And I think say interestingly, as I said, ye ni omu games or mobono. And I think say they have the quality, but you share your team no. Yes, you share a team no. How we are going to come face to face against them. But Sergio, interestingly, a very surprising scoreline based on the guys now Uruguayans ever on the field of play during the qualifiers. Nani man shedan koye mamo, and that was the reason why omo pamo Oscar Washington Tabares, Diego Alonso ebe pe jumanu etimi kika niema si eni kakra ema omo be ka the top 3 omo di third ewo the CONMEBOL region in terms of the World Cup qualifications, And Sergio, a very good starting lineup like this, but Iran and Sergio, as I say, pa. Apart from that, Sergio, and South Koreans who they drew 2-2 with Costa Rica. Sergio, it was also another fantastic game. But interestingly, Premier League duo and a share goes, Emma South Korea. Wan Hee-chan, Osinakai, Emma Wolverhampton Wanderers, and then Osawa Son Heung-min of Tottenham Hotspur, who doesn't need any introduction. Sergio, these were the guys omo share goes Emma South Korea. And so what share Korea team Dudwana Asia kind Korean league and some of the other leagues within the Asian league but they have some couple of experienced players they played at the highest level. Son Heung-min doesn't need any introduction. Juan Uijo, Osina Kai Emma Nottingham Forest, and then Wu Jong Yong. Said, Joe, this is one of the fantastic midfielders. One Yaya Daniel Kufichre, Esia Kai Ewo Freiburg. So these are the guys I say, Yedi no Etuomoso. Costa Rica there is one of the fantastic teams when it comes to teams like World Cup. Map very good performances. Obia en refi adia moye in 2014. Ewo Brazil in a group. Na omuni Italy, no money England, no money Uruguay. Costa Rica topped that group. So in a game like this, if they gave the South Koreans a good run for their money, Mobia and Shedan Yenwawa. But these are the teams Yeni Omobabeshia. Korea, prior to Germany 2006, Yeni Omushia, it was Scotland, MIS. Apart from that, prior to 2014 World Cup, it was Brazil. Yeni Omusu, SHia, it was USA, and on Jordan Ayu, Eshe hat-trick no. Now this time around, Yeni Omu Asia, the main World Cup no. We shouldn't be surprised that we are meeting a Korean side that prevented defending champions from making it to the next stage of the competition, which was the last World Cup I call so in 2018 Russia. So they have one of the fantastic sides, very good players, and an experienced coach who was on the touchline for Portugal in 2014, Paulo Bento, former Portuguese international. Ono na no coach Portugal in 2014. Wabra eni omushia e the World Cup e Brazil. Sejo ono no this South Korean see eba. So a coach at least was sharing that until he can have pep talks and a lot of experiences and now advises every money players ahead of games so say your group no emu shisheba emu yedin because you bought Portugal first game, your second game against Korea before we finish off in the last group game against Uruguay. Interestingly, your opponents now mobono ubi ntimi anya win. One loss and then one draw. That's what came out of the result. Amunyaye. Sejo, eno Hakim Ziyech ne return ewo Morocco no Sejo. It was a refreshing team, and then we had a very good side for the Moroccans. You know, eno Sejo they met Chile.
Yeah.
And they beat Chileans 2-0. Yeah. And Coach Walid Regragui in the first assignment as the Moroccan coach, you know, Wachrese or Shisheniema. And I was very happy with the lineup that he started with. And ana Yassine Bono, Sevilla goalkeeper no, ewo the goalpost no. You had Ashraf Hakimi, who is one of the experienced right fullbacks, even though young there, but when you had the opportunity about to the top level, player about Real Madrid as so PSG there, or the experience no. Nusayr Mazraoui, one of the players not only Hakim Ziyech, ewo problem with the former coach Vahid Aliozic, and that was one of the main reasons cry omuma Vahid Aliozic ekoy eno omode omo own compatriot ebaye, and no the left fullback no. Former WAC guy, Shejo Ashraf Dari, WAC Eshe Nadi Alali 2-0 no. No, you're part of that team now. Eshe Nadi Alali. After that one, no, Sejo make him move from work to start Brest or the French Ligue. And no, any experienced Roman Saiz, formerly of Wolves, as you move to Turkey, and a partner or the centre back. No, you saw Sofiani Amrabat of Fiorentina, Azadine Unahi, that 2-goal hero in that 4-1 winner Omonyaye against Democratic Republic of Congo during the World Cup playoffs, you know, alongside Salim Amala of Standard Liège. So Yusuf and Naiseri, an experienced striker for Sevilla, was the one leading the attack together with the likes of Hakim Ziyech, you know. So enough fluidity within the Moroccan setup, no. Sejo, I saw it with this team that Walid Regragui is building. I think so Betima ABB and team now, majority of them are more the last World Cup. No? Only few of them. You can talk about Ashraf Hakimi, Yassine Bono, Romain Saiz, Hakim Ziyech mo, and together with Yusuf Nasari, Azadine Unahi mo, and the others. But Sofiani Boufal also was there and he scored on that day. And I think it's a very refreshing for the Moroccans. It's a very good game. Omu group no sejo because in a group with Belgium. No, yet third place or yeah, third place finish during the last World Cup. Yeah. And the runner-up Croatia in the last World Cup. So you have two teams that performed creditably during the last World Cup. Omuni group. And also a returnee in the shape of Canada since 1986, almost on Mobile World Cup. No, but I think said this team that they are building is a very good setup. In the last World Cup, there was one of the games that was that 2-2 against Spain. Sejo, that game no was they were so marvelous. They were delight to watch. And I think said this team that the coach Walid Regragui is building, they can give us a very good show at the World Cup. And Sejo, Okoba, Black Stars, Nikotokono. Yes.
ɛne kɔtɔkɔ no ɛne hatoful game
yes ukoba yes ukoba
ɛnso abrɛw Awal Mohammed wobɛtumi afrɛ no baban hagea ɔbɛgye so wofrɛ no buria so a wobɛtwa n'ani na mmom ɛnyɛ din a wopɛ
buria mabɛgye atom sɛ mabɛgye atom ti
buria no to na malaba na ɔmfrɛ buria wobɛpagya so
sɛ mabɛgye atom ɔmo na ɔmo afɔ so mama meyɛgye atom
but nyɛ adeɛ a wopɛ
basɛ deɛ aka hɔ
but then idea now pe
seju ache o edru 15 years old yeah metewase
na nya dia now pe
yes at the beginning no
why say there
aka ho
okay buria
se o se you
all right here to also the about Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television Go TV channel no 173